Hello guys and welcome back to Zola's F3. It is Sunday, December 10th of 2023. So, we are officially a week away until the Christmas Party 2023 begins in Zola's F3. We got another 11 days until the ZL2 one begins, but that's besides the point. As you can see, we have construction around the lab, and you may notice the event counter has a lot more items compared to the last time we saw it, and it's only going to get even bigger as time goes on. Of course, let's get started with the book, Christmas Soon. Hey everyone, we hope you're enjoying the advent calendar so far. We are a week away from the Christmas Party 2023 and promise, unlike 2022, the snow won't turn into ice. Construction can be seen around the lab. Upcoming events: December 17th, Christmas Party 2023 begins. December 24th, Santa Sheep arrives. December 31st, Christmas Party 2023 ends, and New Year's Party 2024 automatically begins. And on January 7th, the party will end and the January 2024 catalog will release. The construction boxes are lit up trees. That's your first look at the theme we have for 2023. If you want a better idea of it, we put an example tree in the backyard. We hope you see you December 17th. Jeez. That is by Mr. Sheep. So yeah, see you December 17th. As usual, this book is already in the library. Let's get rid of it. And before we jump into the construction, we do have more advent calendar items. The Penguin Head on December 4th. This is a reference to the 2-year anniversary of Operation Zola's Lab, which I never acknowledged on the actual day. Cool Guy 33, thank you for acknowledging it in the comments of that video. Because, yeah, I completely forgot to mention that. Dang it! Anyway, I did this as an apology for forgetting to mention it. December 5th is the bell. That is a repeat item, but it's always nice to offer it. December 6th is the Ender Pearl. You know the deal with these things by now. We used it earlier in the Legos Island episode, and it was freaking great. Dang, we actually almost landed inside the dojo. That would have been sick. Anyway, the actual idea is... oh, dang, we literally landed right in between these two things. That's crazy. Anyway, back to the point, though. We can actually clear this, considering, well... oh, I should also mention I finally cleared a lot of my inventory out, by the way. As you can probably see, I did clear out a good majority of my inventory. Like, finally. I know, I gotta find a place for the rest of these, but hey, we got cleared out a lot of it regardless. On to the next item, which is the snow banner. I have a good feeling it's starting to storm outside. Yeah, I can hear a lot of thunder. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but yeah, it is about to storm outside. I think I know what I'm not doing later. December 9th. Oh, alright, hold on. Sorry. There we go, got it. December 9th is the smithing template, the netherite upgrade, which I think was featured back in the 1.20 party, so I do apologize if that also ends up being a repeat. But what isn't a repeat is the December 10th item, the lit up tree hat. Look how cool that looks. That looks so cool, man. Looks semi-similar to the theme we have here. Of course, the color is slightly darker, but who cares? Anyway, now that the advent calendar items are out of the way, let's showcase onto the last thing of this video. I altered this a little so we can add a little more green to it so it isn't all like blue here. And I'm referring to the signs. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the next episode. Anyway, as for this episode, as you can see, we have construction, which looks more like a lit up tree. Now, I know, we did have a ton of lit up stuff the year prior, which was mainly the Christmas in Space theme. I promise it won't be too similar to that. I at least really do hope. I better pray that in a week I actually don't do that. And make sure I'm going to look at last year's footage to make sure that I do not copy anything. That would actually suck, if I'm being quite honest. But I'm going to try my best to obviously not copy that. We'll see where things are going. Regardless, this is how it looks. And, yeah. Looks great. Anyway, where next? Oh, we'll get to that in a minute because they did say an example tree of like what it looks like. We have another crate right here, as we can see. So that's cool. Yeah, we have another crate right here, which looks amazing. That's really it, honestly. Even the flower shop has one, like a full-sized one, like the outside one. Yeah, it looks very cool if I'm being quite honest. I know, I did not think it was going to look this cool. But it is. Alright, let's move on to the roof here. This is how this one looks. And yes, while there may be snow on the roof, you'll see some of it's melting. I promise most of this will be put back when the actual event begins. Because, let me just say, a lot of it did melt when putting this here. But don't worry, the snow won't actually melt and turn into ice, I do promise. We're not joking, we're not going to do that again. Because if I remember telling you that a year ago, that was a last minute thing hours before the event went live. Which is true. Like, I was in the middle of church service that day, and I thought of the idea in my head of, like, a snowy tundra, or, yeah, like a frozen tundra, and it eventually became a reality hours later. The day the event went live. Don't worry, we're not doing that again. No, we're actually going to keep the snow around this time. I did tell you this in the last episode as well. Anyway, down to the yard itself. This is how it looks. Yeah, you'll notice that a lot of this did get melted as well. And here's the example tree of our theme here going. While it may look very similar to the year prior, I do promise I'm going to be altering a lot of things so it does not look like the exact same thing. I can assure you, I'm going to try and alter a lot of things to make sure that this is not the exact same thing as the year prior. I'm going to make sure that it's not. Because obviously, we want to make things different. Well, the difference is that all these lit up trees would be in the snow rather than on the ice. That's the difference. Oh, and this is also meant to be, like, the blue is meant to be lit up garland. So that's another thing that I'm trying new. See? I told you, I'm trying not to copy anything. Like, yeah, the blue's meant to be lit up garland. That's how interesting this is meant to be. But yeah, there's your example tree of, like, how we want the design to look, or at least I want the design to look. Who knows? I never actually showed Rose Crystal this. Maybe I should show her it eventually. Maybe when the actual event begins, because it will make more sense there. We're actually going to head down to Classic Zeal 3 because, hey, what do you know? I think for the first time ever, we actually have construction down here. Like, I think for, like, the first time ever, we actually have construction down here, which is amazing. Anyway, that is very cool, and that's literally the only piece of construction down here. So, we're now going to head down to the actual Zeal 3. As you can see, we have even more construction here in the hallway. None over here, though, but obviously it'll be decorated. We do have some construction down here as well. I did have to make it a bit smaller because of this room's height. So I put the green carpet above here instead. Looks still pretty cool, right? Anyway. Yeah, I know, it looks pretty cool. Nothing in here, surprisingly. Nothing down here either. Except that most of the sheep are still down here for some reason. I really need to get them back up here by the time the Christmas event goes live. I think this is actually the last room. Which that would be the balcony. And holy frick. Wow, look at this. A lot of snow melted, apparently. Look at that. A lot of snow melted, apparently. But this is the last room for the event. Or at least the construction. Obviously, the event's going to have, like, the whole lab decorated, obviously. We do that every year. We go all out for Christmas, just like Halloween. And it never gets boring. That's not a joke. I still have a lot of fun with it. Alright. That actually wraps up this entire video itself, actually. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Zolazad Free. The next episode on Sunday, December 17th, will feature, again, the entirety of the lab decorated for Christmas. And I also just did put snow on top of here because I thought it looked cool. And I also did that for ZL2 as well, so why not do it there as well? What are your thoughts on the construction? And also, what are your thoughts on this tree up here as a clear example of our theme? Do you like it? Because you're going to be seeing these all over the place in the actual events. Seriously. This is going to look really cool. And I hope you guys are excited. I'll see you next time.